Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Farming Simulator Lost Islands Episode 4. If you don't know already, or can't tell, this is I'm dubbing over the soundtrack here because my microphone during this whole episode that I was recording wasn't working. So I've purchased a new microphone here, and I sure am hoping it's working fine now. It was upsetting, but anyway, we had to do what we had to do. I said I was going to purchase a new microphone, and I did. So we're going to continue with the field here, reseeding it, and you'll have to pardon me because I'm a little lost as to what I did. But this here, we're getting the combine, and we're going to purchase a new combine. The huge fields we have here, we need a big combine. So you'll see when I get to the store here, we're going to buy a New Holland combine that's much larger. That'll help with the fields. Now, like I say, I'm a little lost here. I'm going to be behind things. I'm, looking at stuff and trying to talk at the same time here. I guess I can't do two things at once. Yeah, this combine here that we're returning is a good combine. No question about it. It's wonderful. The new one, I believe, has... Well, I can't remember how large the tank was. It was big. We'll find out. And I think it runs at 12 or 13 miles an hour as opposed to 6, so it'll get through the field much quicker. Has a larger head too, so... Now, we don't need a new combine right away, but I think we've got enough money. We're going to buy a field too, so we'll be able to use it fairly soon. Of course, here we're getting $230,000 for the old one, and let's see how much we get for the head. $29,000 for the head. So now let's see the new combine. 400,000. It holds 60,000 liters and it runs 13 miles an hour, I believe. Beautiful combine. And the head is... We don't need the corn head right now. We're going to get this head. It's 12 meters, 12 and a half meters wide and 13 miles per hour. Yeah, so how much it's going to, or how fast it'll run. So and we'll take a look at it here, and you can see much larger head, and the combine itself is a beast. Beautiful though. We'll take a look inside here. The inside is gorgeous. This was a mod, so this is a one I found on ModHub, and nice, very nice. Of course, I could turn my head all the way around here, right? Now, the tricky part of it, because it's so wide, is driving. And of course, we all know my driving is such an excellent thing that I guess I bounced off the post there, or I'm not sure what I did, but either way, my driving was horrible here. So as I said, we're not going to be using this today, but we will hopefully in another episode or two. In fact, next episode I think I might purchase a field. I'll show it to you later in the video here. Good thing there's no collision on the stop signs, otherwise they'd be all on the ground here. So. Now here's my ridiculous attempt at trying to fit it in the opening there, and of course it won't. So we'll back up, and my backing up is apparently ridiculous here too, but there we go. We got it under cover. And here I'm cleaning up. We left a few vehicles outside, so I'm going to return this here. This is a beautiful map. I like it. Now I'm looking around here trying to figure out if I purchased a pressure washer, and I didn't, so... Oh, apparently I'm looking at crops here too. I remember this one. I have Gibbs Place here. I'm talking about Gibbs Place, and it shows a little train here. Now Gibbs Place, I've found, you go over there, there's no drop point whatsoever at all for anything. So you can't sell anything there. They have some of the highest prices at times, but I have yet to find anywhere where I can sell at Gibbs Place. I've looked for trains, I've looked everywhere. You can't find anything. So it's kind of useless. If somebody knows the sale point of it, then great, but otherwise I can't sell there. So it's unfortunate because they do have some of the higher prices at times. So it looks like we're going to get some soybean here. Salazar Grain has given us $1,700 a liter for soybean. So that would be where we're going to hook up to a trailer here and take the soybean over. Now these fields here will need to be plowed and planted, which I think I start the plow on this field later. And I'm looking for Salazar's here, and of course it's not too far away by the volcano. I was originally going to submit this as just raw footage. I wasn't going to edit anything. I was, you know, the microphone didn't work, so I was just going to put it out there and, you know, put it with no voice or anything. And then I thought, well, people love my beautiful voice, don't they? But no, I went to upload it, and the original tape was, I think, 40 some odd minutes of tape, but it worked out to 32 gigabyte of information. So it was going to take 20 hours to upload to YouTube, whereas after, if I edit it a bit and then render it, it's actually 2.5 gig. So I decided to render it. And then I figured, well, I might as well edit it and try and put my voice on it, so. Okay, we got 5,000 liters, and that worked out to $8,859. Not bad. Now you can see over to the left there, the smoke rising. Right at the moment, this could be apparently Hawaii with the eruption. So we'll take a run up here, and I'll show you what the volcano looks like. There's a little yellow square on the map. I have no idea what the yellow square is about. We're kind of almost standing on it now here, so. There's the volcano. Lava flowing. And if you run this way, you'll be able to see it entering the ocean. Or yeah, I guess it's the ocean. So now let's do something realistic here, and we'll take a swim. Now this is kind of funky here. I kind of like it though. Now we're under the lava, and here's what's underneath. Kind of neat. Bit of programming. So this is what it's like to swim in lava. We haven't named the volcano yet, so anyone have any ideas, we can possibly name it. I know it's not my map, so. do have the sprayer over there for fertilizer, and I'm not sure if we'll actually use it or not. It's hard to say. A lot of the seed drills I like using are they fertilize already, and I've got the fertilizer turned down to 1, so we're not constantly fertilizing fields anyway, so I might end up selling that sooner or later. This is where I wanted to wash the vehicle, and I have to purchase a pressure washer here, so that's under placeables, and then you purchase it. And there we go. We've got the pressure washer. I know normally you wouldn't be washing near the fuel, but it is a game, and it fits here very nice because this is where we park most of our vehicles. So, New Holland, beautiful tractor. So I'm not sure what I'm doing here, if I'm just trying to figure out what to do. It's been a week or two since I've played anything because I've been working at my new job and learning a lot, and so I just haven't had a chance to play. It's unfortunate because I really enjoy stuff. Apparently my tank was empty here, so we've gone back. We'll fold up the seed drill and we'll race back and fill up the tank here. Nice field beside us. I think it's worth a fortune, but it's a pretty field. Valtra's getting a little dirty. I still haven't figured out what this little white house is to our right here. It looks like it's for liquid of some sort. But again, if somebody knows, let me know. Okay, we filled up the fertilizer. Now we're filling up the seed. Now here I've decided to disconnect this tractor. I'm going to use the New Holland. It doesn't really have the horsepower to pull such a big seed drill properly, but it does get the job done slowly. And I want to start plowing the other fields over there. So I know the New Holland cannot pull that plow whatsoever at all. The plow we purchased is just too large. I think when I go to lift the plow with the New Holland tractor, it pretty well flips the tractor upside down. Here's the plow on the left. Like I say, just too big for this tractor. we go. It's starting to seed the field. And I'm going to go grab that plow. I did download a mod for a larger Valtra tractor. That's... I don't remember. I'll have to take a look next time I play. I think it's like 600 horsepower, which means we can use the really big plow that can be purchased. So, because these fields are so huge, we'll probably end up doing that, buying the large tractor and the large plow. I think we'll try some different large equipment here. I mean, the combine, that's one of the largest combines I could find. Now, some people get in and change the values so that you can get a combine that holds 20 million liters or whatever you want. I'm not going to do that. But we will try some different equipment for sure. So here we go off the plow. We have a woman driving our tractor, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it before or if I mentioned it while I was playing this game, but the UN years ago, there was problems with people starving in Ethiopia or whatever, and I recall them working on a plan where they brought all sorts of modern farm equipment over, and they had lessons and taught the men how to run the different equipment and whatever so that they could farm their own fields. After the UN and teachers left, the equipment basically sat there and rotted because they made a mistake. Over in certain countries, the women are the farmers and the gatherers, and the men are the hunters. And they would have been far better off teaching the women how to run the equipment. I'm not sure how the country is now. That was back in the 70s that happened, and it was kind of an oversight, major mistake that they did. They like to say they would have been better off teaching the women how to use the equipment. Yeah, this setup's nice. That plow's nice and wide. And it gives square corners, fairly square anyway. So it's a nice setup, albeit dirty at the moment. Now I've got a tractor sitting over there. So I guess we'll bring it over and get it cleaned up, and I had it sitting there, I guess, from the last time I used it. I'm not quite sure why I left it out in the field. I don't like leaving tools where they're not supposed to be, but Yeah, we're going 5 miles per hour here, so I think the other tractor runs, I don't remember now, 10 miles an hour. Either way, this is really taxing this smaller tractor, which is kind of funny. They said like this map came with these tractors and this seed drill, so the tractors are a little under powered. Not sure what I'm doing here. I guess we're looking at trying to sell. Oh, I think I'm trying to figure out which crop I want to plant on the next field. The one we're plowing over there. So I think I've said that canola looks like it's on the rise and it's a good price down here. So we're going to decide on canola once we get this field plowed or finished. We'll take this seed drill over to the other field that we're plowing right now. Yeah, I'm going to race up because I think there's a little piece of field I missed up here. Of course, I'm pretty sure a farmer would never drive over his planted field again unless he wants to ruin all his good work. Now the fields here in Michigan we finally got some sort of summer here, and the farmers have been out working the fields like mad, which is good. I see all sorts of different equipment, large equipment too, being used out in the fields. It's beautiful to watch. And of course the wildlife seems to, wild turkey everywhere, deer running everywhere. So have to watch sometimes when you're driving, especially at night. The deer have a tendency to get close to the roads or cross them, so. Okay, we're all done in this field. I call this racing over to the other field. It's quite a but we're up to speed, 32 miles an hour. Another beautiful looking tractor inside. I'm not sure if this microphone's picking up any of the noise outside. I've got my window open. Sounds like a truck driving by. Sorry about that. In fact, I don't doubt this microphone will pick up that noise. Yep, we've changed it over to canola, and we're going to start planting the field. And then we should probably cut and bale some of this grass. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. And purchase some animals sooner or later. I guess cutting and baling, wrapping might be a good way to generate some cash for us. Now this black star-shaped thing here, in real life, would you can extend it out and it would leave a mark in a field that would show the farmer where to drive his tractor, so that you get some nice, you're not overlapping, you're getting nice tight pattern on your planting. But obviously we don't need that here, so. Although I think you can use it in the game. I've seen it used. At least I believe I've seen it used. It'll swing out, leave a mark, and then, like you say, you drive up where the mark is, and that'll show you where your next row is. Now, I didn't do any fast forwarding here. You know, our work we're doing is we're doing a pile of different things, so didn't really need to do any fast forwarding. You know, the varieties I think good enough to be entertaining. The big fields, when you're doing those big fields, that one field that we did do just took forever. So even with fast forwarding, it took forever. I'm not one to I don't like cropping certain video out. I'd sooner fast forward it, but the size of these fields, I might end up doing that in the long run, just simply to try and keep the time of the video down. It's too, otherwise we end up with too long a video. This is the field I'm thinking on purchasing, field 3. Long, kind of different shaped field for sure. I mean, it goes on forever down here. And I can plow the sides a bit to make it a little wider too, so I can definitely plow down by the road here. In this area there, yeah. I could plow along there and possibly down the other end, so. And I don't believe the field is 166,000, 167 almost. So that's not too bad. Peter Wood, interesting name, but so I think we'll do that. That field looks, like you say, the shape of it's interesting. Nice, long, straight. Combine will work wonders there, I think. Well, I see I've got maybe another minute here of recording time left. As I say, I've dubbed this over. That's why it sounds a little weird and I'm a little off track here. But I hope you enjoyed it. this was one of the more challenging things I had to do, was to repair the without the soundtrack and my voice and stuff. Like I say, I was just going to put it out raw, and then I was deciding back and forth. So now I've dubbed over, and hopefully it sounded okay. But we're going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Share my videos if you don't mind. I could use some help getting subscribers. Obviously, I'm just starting, so. But we'll leave it at this. We're going to continue planting this field.